Welcome to The Point. I am Eric Mitchell. Happy Monday. It's Monday, November 23rd, 2020. A few short days away from Turkey Day, and we are almost 30 days away from Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, things that we don't believe that are happening, President Trump still has not conceded. That's right, he's still playing golf at a record clip. Apparently, it's not important. On Saturday, President Trump, in case you missed this, decided that golfing was the most important thing, not sitting through the G8 summit that was being done virtually. He decided, hey, maybe we skip out on that COVID part because 253,000 dead Americans means absolutely nothing. And that is the biggest problem that we have with this president is he's so out of touch with reality. It kind of goes with his followers. I don't get it, but we'll be coming back to President Trump because he's clueless. Of course, he's been tweeting all weekend, but maybe you saw this over the weekend. Kyle Rittenhouse, the scumbag little 17-year-old terrorist, like most 17-year-olds who are out trying to fall in love or do other things with females or males or whatever. Unlike him, and Dungeons and Dragons wasn't enough for him, he needed to go buy an AR-15 back in September and drive on over to Wisconsin to protect, mind you, no previous training, no military training, walking around with a loaded AR-15, decided he was protecting businesses that he wasn't even hired to do, and ended up getting into a fight with a bunch of protesters, which led to him discharging rounds, killing 2 and wounding 3 others. You've probably seen this disturbing footage. We won't show it here. But as you're well aware of, Kyle ran down the street and was, he couldn't run fast because fat kids who sit on their couch at home tend not to run fast. That's just a reality. When you don't play sports and you sit at home and Pornhub and Call of Duty are all you're doing, sorry, masturbation won't help you run faster. So this jackass ended up getting caught. He got hit by a skateboard because he shot homie's friend, ended up on the ground, and as he's laying on the ground, he just discharged rounds. He shot people. We've all seen this, but maybe you saw over the weekend he got out on bail. Ricky Schroeder, who 2 times has been called on domestic violence, and Mr. My Pillow. Remember My Pillow? Yeah, that crazy guy who said he helped find a vaccine for COVID. Yeah, he makes pillows that are cool, but he's also a scientist. He's not. It makes no sense. They helped bail this scumbag out. And of course, if you turned on social media on Saturday, there was a picture of these idiots. And of course, a veteran brand known for supporting, or not supporting, let's be fair. I have no proof that they support white supremacy. What I can say is white supremacists love their brand. This brand, Black Rifle Coffee, and another brand called Grunt Style have always been the chosen choice of alt-right and white supremacists, because nothing says we support veterans like making sure white supremacists are happy with hate shirts. Well, they did this. Now, here's my bone to pick. Number 1, in America, do you really think that a black man would be out of prison or jail on bail if he had just got done killing 2 people? Yes, he did. It's caught on tape. No matter what side of the aisle you sit on, he shot 2 people and he's roaming the streets. We didn't even let O.J. Simpson out of jail. O.J. O.J. wasn't even allowed out of jail. He spent all of his time in jail until he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers in Los Angeles, California. Those are all true statements, but Kyle Rittenhouse gets out. This brand sees a picture of him on there. It's shared. And what do we see on this? Is no statement from them until close to 12 hours later, they come out and put out a vanilla statement that they don't sponsor Kyle. They don't come out and say we are disgusted by him doing what he did. No. They make sure to keep their pro-Trump Second Amendment bullshit to make sure they keep their folks there. Did they donate the money to the victims, the people who died? Nope, they didn't do that. They collected their money and gave a vanilla statement. And this, my friends, is the problem that we have in our country, is people are out of touch. It's very simple. It's all over the place. People don't get it. They think you could just say whatever you want and just go, hey, that's what we're doing because he's different. And how do I prove this? I go onto my social media just yesterday. You're more than welcome to go check it out. on my Instagram at Eric L. Mitchell and see exactly what I posted. I told the story of Khalif Brower. the young young man who was arrested for stealing a backpack, put in Rikers Island at 16 years old at Rikers Island, where he was raped repeatedly and tortured by guards, thrown in solitary confinement, and when he was finally had a trial 3 years later, was released. And unfortunately, the end of the story is not pleasant, like Kyle, who's hanging out with Ricky Schroeder and the rest of the Trump has-beens who their careers have failed, so now the only thing they can do is support dictator Trump and kiss his lily white ass. Unfortunately for Khalif Crowder and his family, Khalif committed suicide and his mother had to find him. Yep, that's the difference in our country, because still racism is there. You don't believe me? Somebody please explain to me how the President of the United States planned one of his pro-Trump Hitler Youth rallies on Juneteenth. That's right, he planned it in Juneteenth. Oh, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shit, nothing sounds like, hey, we should have an all-white people rally than holding it in Tulsa on Juneteenth, home of the 1921 massacre. Trump probably didn't even know that because most Klans guys don't have that in their books. All this man does and his followers do, and you can see it on social media, is stroke racial hostility. That's all they do. That's what they want. They don't care anymore about that. My question to you is, how many more times do we have to hear COVID-19 referred to as Kung Flu? Or the same man who went to his rallies and chanted, "Send her back," to Congresswoman Alina Omar from Minnesota. Is that appropriate? Is that what we do? I get the alt-right doesn't like Muslims. They barely tolerate black people. How do we know that? Because where are all the election recounts being forced? Where's all the drama? Is it in white cities? Is it in white populous areas? No, ladies and gentlemen, it's not. They're in Wayne County, in Michigan, home of Detroit, home of the largest African-American community in Michigan. That's where they're going. Georgia, Fulton County, same thing. All these counties are the same thing, and we just look the other way. How many more years do we have to tolerate this as Americans? It continues on non-stop. So I challenge you on this Thanksgiving, when we're supposed to be uniting instead of becoming individualism, that's what we're focused on. How about we spend more time uniting than dividing? How about when we look at things, we see it from the other person's opinion? Why, yes, maybe that coffee brand, which coffee tastes like shit in the first place, maybe that coffee brand didn't sponsor that gentleman, but they were quick not to denounce it. They took their sweet ass time on purpose because money sells. How about we look from it at the way that looks to everyone else? That wouldn't happen anywhere else. You damn well know, if you had just got done shooting 2 people, killing 2 people, if you are a black man walking by police in a SWAT cruiser,